Emma's heart raced as she stared at the Craigslist Encounters folder on the old laptop she had just purchased. The garage sale had seemed innocent enough, but this hidden treasure hinted at something much darker. Intrigued and fueled by a mixture of curiosity and fear, she opened the folder to reveal a list of enigmatic messages and eerie listings. The first message caught her eye. Seeking brave souls for an otherworldly experience. Unforgettable encounters guaranteed. Respond if you dare. Beneath it was an address on the outskirts of town. Emma hesitated for a moment, contemplating the consequences of delving into this mysterious world. The rational part of her mind screamed warnings, but an inexplicable force drew her in. With a sense of trepidation, Emma composed a response to the cryptic message. Almost instantly, she received a reply, providing confirmation and directions to the abandoned warehouse at the edge of town. The hairs on the back of her neck stood on end as she read the message, but her determination overpowered her fear. That night, cloaked in darkness, Emma followed the winding path to the warehouse. The moon cast long shadows, and the only sounds were the rustling leaves and her own footsteps. As she approached the foreboding structure, a chill ran down her spine. The warehouse loomed before her, its windows shattered and doors creaking ominously in the wind. She cautiously entered, the creaking doors closing behind her with a resounding thud. The darkness inside seemed to swallow her, and the only illumination came from the occasional flickering bulb. Guided by the eerie glow, Emma stumbled upon a room adorned with old, decaying furniture. Candles flickered on dusty surfaces, casting dancing shadows that seemed to whisper secrets. The air felt thick with an otherworldly energy, and Emma's breath caught in her throat. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, a silhouette draped in darkness. The stranger's voice, low and guttural, echoed through the room, inviting Emma to partake in a ritual that promised to transcend the ordinary. Panic surged through her, but before she could react, the doors slammed shut, sealing her fate. The room pulsated with a malevolent force as the candles burned brighter, casting grotesque shapes on the walls. Faces twisted in agony materialized from the shadows, and the air resonated with anguished whispers. Emma realized that the Craigslist Encounters were not mere advertisements, but a doorway to a realm beyond comprehension. Desperation fueled her as she frantically searched for an exit, her hands trembling as she clawed at the cold, unyielding walls. The air grew stifling, and the shadows seemed to reach out for her, contorting into nightmarish forms. She was trapped in a surreal nightmare, a pawn in a macabre game orchestrated by forces beyond her understanding. As the supernatural energy intensified, Emma's surroundings blurred into a chaotic symphony of torment. The faces in the shadows pleaded for release, their silent screams echoing in her ears. The room itself seemed to pulse with a sinister heartbeat, each throb sending shivers down her spine. Emma's mind teetered on the edge of madness as the boundary between reality and the supernatural dissolved. She could feel the weight of unseen eyes upon her, and an overwhelming dread consumed her. The warehouse, once silent, now reverberated with the cacophony of lost souls ensnared by the cursed Craigslist Encounters. In a final act of defiance, Emma let out a piercing scream, a primal release of fear and despair. The sound reverberated through the haunted space, blending with the ghostly echoes of those who had come before her. As her consciousness faded, the room swallowed her whole, leaving behind only the chilling remnants of a nightmarish encounter. The laptop, now mysteriously absent, left the abandoned warehouse as silent as it had been before. The Craigslist Encounters folder remained a haunting relic, a digital portal to a realm where the curious ventured but rarely returned. Emma's fate became intertwined with the town's dark secrets, forever etched in the memories of those who dared to explore the sinister depths of Craigslist Encounters.